Hi guys! So today I have another review for you. Two reviews actually, but we do it a bit differently this time because for the first book I've already filmed it and I decided to do both in one video, so you will see me with different hair and stuff and talking about Earthquake by Aprilynne Pike, and then you will hear me talk with this face talking about Earthquake by Aprilynne Pike. So yeah, just so you know that this is the intro, so let's get started. And one stuff I forgot to mention actually, and that is these are the first two books in a trilogy. On the back of this book it says it's the final book, and no, it isn't a duology, it is a trilogy. I asked the author myself and she said she's actually editing the third book right now. I don't know if it will be translated into German. The publishing company couldn't answer that as well, really. They don't know it as well, so just so you know, it is a trilogy, it isn't a duology. Yeah. Now we're finished with the intro. The German version was published in the CBH publishing company and it costs €16.99 and has, let me have a look, 414 pages. It is obviously translated from English to German, and so it is available in English. It's from the best-selling author Aprilynne Pike. As I said, she wrote the Wings Quartet, which is actually pretty famous here in Germany, and I've seen it a lot, but I haven't read that. But maybe I will, because I really enjoyed Earthbound. It is about Tavia, who is the only survivor in a plane accident where, like I said, everybody else died, and she lives with her uncle and her aunt now because her parents were in that plane too and died as well. And she just tries to recover and tries to get into a more normal life, and basically the only friend she really has is Benson, who works in the library, and she spends time with him every day, and he's her best friend and she can tell him everything. And yeah, but then stuff happens and Tavia meets a guy, and the guy is pretty strange. He visits her at home at night after 2 a.m. in the morning and wants her to come outside, and what it is about this guy and what happens to Tavia, you have to read for yourself. The characters in this book are, for one, Tavia. She, like I said, is the only survivor in a plane accident, and she has to deal with a lot. She really has to emotionally and physically recover, and she's pretty alright. She has some trouble with her leg because it really was smashed and the bones in her leg were smashed, so she can't walk really right at times, and it hurts a lot most of the time. So after she walks a while, her leg hurts. And more of the wounds that her body has, her brain has even more, and she really has to recover emotionally, and is still struggling with that, and needs to see a therapist, and actually is pretty scared that she might lose her mind. And yeah, but I really enjoyed how she could deal with all of the stuff that was happening in the book, and she managed it pretty well considering what she already went through, and I liked her. I could understand her decisions most of the times, and yeah, she was able to keep her own personality off throughout the book and make her own decisions and not get influenced by too many people, and wouldn't get influenced too much. Then the next person I want to talk about is Benson. Like I said, he's the friend of Tavia, and she actually is in love with him, but he doesn't know that, and he is actually more, he's in love with a girl called Dana McCraven, and Tevye is really jealous about her, but she doesn't want to lose her friend, so she just doesn't tell him her feelings. And I really enjoyed Benson throughout the book. He was so caring and he was so nice and lovely, and I just loved him. He was a great guy, and I really like him. Actually, I am Team Benson. I am Team Benson. Team Benson forever. Woo, 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 woo. The next character is Quinn, who is the mysterious guy that stands at night at Tevye's window, and he looks really strange and he talks really strange and behaves really strange, and he wants to show her stuff, and she doesn't know which stuff, but it's paranormal stuff. And yeah, okay, he's good looking, and I don't know, but I wasn't really getting the whole, oh, Quinn is so great, Quinn, oh yeah, woo thing. Like I said, I'm Team Benson, and I will always be Team Benson. The next character is Reese, who is Tevye's aunt, and she is really controlled, and she isn't really on the emotional side, but you still see that she loves Tevye, I think, and I liked her, and I also liked her husband Jay, who is like he's like a friend to Tevye, and they get along really well, and he yeah, I just liked him. He was fun. And the last person I want to talk about is Elizabeth, and Elizabeth is the therapist of Tevye, and she tries to get Tevye to draw again, which she hasn't done since the accident, and she really cares about Tevye and wants her to talk about stuff. Everything I said about the characters I tried to say as best as I can without spoiling you, because actually the book was able to get me so paranoid. There were times when I said everyone was evil except Tevye, because it is written from a point of view, but everyone could be evil, could be one of the bad guys, and well, it was actually a bit nerve-wracking. And my opinion of the book is I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed the idea that Aprilynne Pike had with this book and how she managed to do it, and I really enjoyed this thing with the labellos, with the chapsticks, and we all know that kind of saying, especially now in the winter times, that you have to put a chapstick on every lip balm on every 5 minutes, because you really get addicted to it. And how she used that, it was phenomenal. I really enjoyed that. The only problem I had with this book actually was that it was really thrilling, and there was almost a cliffhanger at every end of a chapter, and still, I don't know why, but it wasn't nerve-wracking for me. It wasn't wrecking my nerves at all. I really enjoyed it. The only thing that was nerve-wracking for me was this relationship thing, the love thing that happened throughout the book. At times it was really nerve-wracking for me, but the rest of the stuff I wasn't saying that I need to know how it continues. I could really easily put the book down, and that was really strange, but in the end I just needed to read the second book, and maybe the second book is better, because I just hope it, and that's why I gave this book 4 out of 5 stars and not a 4.5 or 5 stars. So yeah, I will see how I like the second book, and I'm really interested to see how it goes. Again, I'm Team Benson. Team Benson. Woo, ooh, ooh, yeah. So just so you know. So to get to the second book, it is called Earthquake. Also by Aprilynne Pike, also published in the CBH Publishing Company, and also costs €16.99. It has 412 pages, and for all of you who haven't read the first book, please don't continue watching, because I will spoil you. I will spoil everyone who hasn't read the first book. I won't spoil the ones who haven't read the second book as far as the synopsis of this book, but then please come back if you have read both of the books, and then we can talk about it, because I can't talk about this book without spoiling you. So the book is still about Tevye, and she has found her Deligo, her eternal partner, Logan, but he doesn't remember, and she has to get him to remember so they can save the world together and fight this virus that is killing really a lot of people. And that's basically everything you should know before getting into this book. I hope you read this book really fast, and now goodbye for those of you who haven't read this book, and hello all the ones that are left, and let's continue. So you know, the characters are still Tevye, and I enjoyed her in this book, but she was a bit too trusting in my opinion, and I still liked her and how she decided to behave, and how for the guy she decided to take, and it was sweet, and I loved it, and I loved that she was really, that she prefers being a small little human than a big great goddess, and I really enjoyed that. Then Benson, I didn't like him as much in this book than in the last book, but I still loved him. I'm Team Benson. I'm still Team Benson. I always will be Team Benson. I don't know. It's probably because he wasn't as free as in the first book, and he really had a lot of difficulties, and he had a lot of he was worrying a lot, and I mean, he was a prisoner. I can't be this funny great guy in this book, but I really enjoyed him, and I enjoyed the way he behaved and how he tried to win back Tevye without pushing her in any kind of way. The next character is Logan, or you know, Quinn, her Deligo, her eternal partner. I didn't like him. I really didn't like him. I didn't like him first when he was really a douche, but when he remembered, I actually was kind of wanting the Logan from the beginning back, because he was so arrogant at times, and when they were with Daniel and Tevye realized that she wasn't the goddess she thought she was, it was so clear that he was like, you're more powerful than me, but I'm the man in this relationship. I don't like that. I'm arrogant. I'm pissed now. Really, it was. He was such a man, such a douche. He was such a macho man, and really, I didn't like him, and I didn't like them together. But it was really just this drawn tension that they have been together for like forever. But he wasn't really a character that I would fall in love with. I mean, he looks good, but good looks isn't everything. Then we have Daniel, who is the leader of the Curatoria, and he helps Tevye to make an antidote for the virus. And yeah, I didn't like him. He was strange, and I was right. Yeah, I was thinking, like halfway through the book before Tevye found this prison from the Radicata, that I was really thinking, okay, he's searching for his Deligo, and Mary, or Mariana, is the leader of the others. I guess they are intertwined. I guess they are a couple, because at the end of the first book, Mariana was talking to her partner and was saying, yeah, now it's your time. And I was like, thinking, this could mean something. And I was right. I wasn't really surprised, but it was really a great twist, I think, because, you know, both of the good and the bad organizations are actually one, and they are both bad. somehow. Then we have Thomas, who is another Earthbound, and he is the partner of Alana, and actually he's the father of Benson. And seeing him, he was a bit strange, and didn't really like that he had left Benson all alone so that he could get in the Radio Kjarte Dingsbums da. Yeah, sorry that I talk German, but I always forget this name, so be gentle with me. And last we have Alana, who really, she was great. She was, when they were around people, she was always playing a nut person who really, she was nuts. She was always making out with Thomas in public and really was doing everything that nobody likes her, and was really, it was great seeing that. And she is working with Mark and Sammy, or was working with them, and she really, I liked her. She's strange, but I liked her. My opinion to this book is I really enjoyed this book, but I didn't enjoy it as much as the first book. I thought the first book was a bit better, but I still gave this book a 4 out of 5 stars, so the same rating as the last one, because I really enjoyed it. Would it have been the last book in the series, I would have given it a 3 or 2.5 out of 5 stars, I don't know, because it was really just ending in the middle of the story. But now that I know it isn't the last book, it is the second book in a trilogy, I really enjoy. I couldn't say I enjoyed it, and because I know it will continue, and I will read it in English if it doesn't get published in German, so doesn't matter. So yeah, that's it for today, guys, and I really enjoyed this book, and I'm thrilled to read the third book, and yeah, I will see you soon with another video. Goodbye!